A very good afternoon to you, and welcome to a very, very rainy, dreadful grey sky Manchester. I hope I find you very well. Sorry I've been away for a couple of days. We all know the reason for that, so I shall move along. We're moving away from watches today. We've had a couple of videos doing the Steinhardt reviews, and another one will be coming shortly. As a little bit of a preview of what it is, it's going to be this bad boy. Oh yes! So that's going to be another one. Now, what we're going to talk about today, I think it's going to be a short one this, but I hope it's going to spawn a lot of interaction down below in the comments section. Now, I actually can't take credit for this idea. This idea kind of came from me watching a video by David Icke. Yes, the king of the conspiracy theorists, or as I like to call them, the alternative theorists. And I thought it was actually quite a clever idea. Now, what he was talking about, and I'm going to put my little spin on it here, is what seems to be unfettered and unmonitored performance of our MPs, our members of Parliament, those people certainly here in Britain who sit on a daily basis down there in Westminster or Canberra in Australia or Washington DC in the States or wherever they happen to be. What I want to talk about really is an idea that I think has got legs. Now, what's going on in my head is contracts of employment. We all know contracts of employment. When you get a new job and you fight your way through the selection process and you're invited for an interview and you get through that as well, and that company decides that you are the man or woman for that particular post. And once you are given that, you then get through the post a contract of employment, which is, in effect, an agreement between you, the new up-and-coming employee, and them, the established employer, and they then put in that contract of employment all the rules and regulations and specifications of what they expect from you and what will happen to you if you don't abide by those rules and regulations and promises you make upon signing that document. And of course, in return, you get a nice office or a company car to travel around the world in, and you will get pay and holidays and so on and so forth. Now, where this idea comes from is that MPs are, in effect, well, not actually in effect, in reality, are our employees. So how do I come to that conclusion? Well, I come to that conclusion is every 5 years here in the UK, they do a series of job interviews, which are the electoral promises where they put out their manifesto, which is their CV, to tell us, the potential voters, what they are going to do for us should we, the public, employ them by giving them our vote. Then what happens is that we who vote go out there on the electoral day, and whoever gets the most opinion that they are the person for the job, i.e. how many votes they get, they then are given the job for the next 5 years. Now, what's missing in that equation, as far as I'm concerned, is that we, the employers, are not putting any form of declaration to our employees, the MPs, because the employees don't view themselves as employees. No, they view themselves as our bosses, chiefs, people who can speak down to us once we've given them their job. Now, what I would suggest here is that what we do, and I think this is where this idea has really got legs, is that when we give whatever political party the job for the up-and-coming vacancy, tied into that is a contract of employment. Now, I'm not too sure we can call it a contract of employment. We'll have to call it something else, either a manifesto pledge or something like that, because we have all these candidates who come and for the interviews to ourselves, who go onto television, etc., and do party political broadcasts, who promises this and promises that and promises the world should we give them the job. And we notice then 2 years down the line that actually they're not delivering. And we, as employers, can't do anything about that. So where are our rights? Our employment rights as employers. Remember, these people as MPs class themselves as civil servants, servants to the people. And we, so it appears, have no rights to enforce our wishes on these people other than every 5 years here in Britain. I think it's every 4 in America. I have no idea where it is in Australia, sorry. So what I would suggest is a mandate that once a party is given the job, i.e. elected and put into power, their manifesto for the year has to align with a contract issued by us, the employers, the electorate. So what they're saying is that if they're going a manifesto that they have timescales in, let's say within 12 or 18 months, they will ensure that earnings will go up by 2%, let's say. So that is put in the contract. So our manifesto mandate contract will have all those points. It will be given to the leader of the winning party, who will sign it on behalf of all his sitting MPs, whether they are parts of the cabinet or just out there serving the public. And he will be held good to that promise. And should at any point during their 5-year reign, should they fall short of their manifesto promises, therefore falling short of the manifesto mandate document, we, their employers, the electorate, can hold them to book and bring down to bear the pressure of any employer the right to terminate their employment either immediately, for if it is gross misconduct, for instance, or we can then perhaps give them a verbal warning, or more importantly, a written warning, whereby if things don't improve in a market period, let's say 3 months or a financial quarter, that their termination will be complete and any parliament will be dissolved, and then a further series of interviews for the next post will continue. So, I think that all governments elected in what we laughingly call democratic societies should be held to book by some form of contract which gives us, the employers, the electorate, some further rights of control during the period between general elections. So let me know what you think about this. I'm sure a lot of you are going to say, well, sure, you know, this is never going to be workable. It will never, ever operate. But it appears to me that, me being as naive as I am and a believer in every form of fairness, whether it's in watches or sport or life in general, goodness knows, a little bit of fairness goes a long way. And for me, it's not good enough that these people who we employ on a general election day then have free rein to do what they want for the 5 years or the 4 years or the whatever years, until we have the right to dig our heels in yet again and register our displeasure. We should be able to do that in that intermediate period. So let me know what you think about this one. I hope it spawns a lot of discussion. I think it's a great idea. I don't know whether it's ever going to be put into place. I doubt it, because the employers wouldn't like to have to answer to us at all. but nevertheless. You can't kill an idea. Some wise man said that. So let me know what you think. Answers to this, modifications to this. If you have anything that you can think to modify this idea to make it more workable. Do you agree with me that we, the electorate, should have more availability of a say in that intervening period if they're not doing what they say they were going to do? And we know, oh yes, we know that all parliamentary parties do say exactly what they say and make life better for all of us. Anyway, that's it. Comments, queries, suggestions, answers, modifications to this particular subject down below. Suggestions for this kind of nonsense down below. Thank you very much to all my new subscribers. It's popped up a little bit this week. First time I've had a look. I'm afraid, I say not been well enough to actually do anything on this little box. Thank you very much indeed to Grobnob, who gave me a little bit of tech information. It has worked. I did send you a little note. Thank you very much indeed, my little gruff-voiced fellow. It did help absolutely a load. Thank you very much for that. So for now, if you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up. If it's your first time here and you think, I'm not too sure I like all this political nonsense, have a look through my back catalogue. There's all sorts of stuff there, ranging from physics to space to science fiction to religion to other kinds of political stuff, and of course, watches. Oh yeah. So for now, that's it everyone. Thanks a lot for watching, and I shall speak to you again soon. Bye bye.